In today's video, I'm going to be checking out this really cool portable power station. It does all sorts of different types of charging. We're going to put it to the test and more up next. Hey everyone, my name is Jeff, and on this channel I do all sorts of different tech tips, tutorials, reviews, and more. Please consider subscribing, but today I am going to take a look at this portable power station, and Luby did send this out to me for my testing and review, and I am excited to show you guys this product that gives you portable power, and this gives you up to 700 watts of continuous power or up to 1,000 watts of peak power remotely. So if you do any type of videography work, or maybe you are like me and you like going camping, or you're always on the go and you don't have access to wall outlets or stable power that's at some sort of location, this is the guy that you want to be looking at, because you have all sorts of different outlets that you can plug different devices into. So let's take a look at what comes with this portable power station. We're going to unbox this unit, and you can see that it starts off that they give you the 95 watt power supply cable, which is one of the ways that you can charge up this unit. It also comes with a car charger cable, so you can plug that into your cigarette lighter port with your car started. That'll also charge up the unit. And then just as easy as that, you also get the unit itself. Now, also included is the instruction manual that gives you all the stats and information that I'm basically going to be telling you in this video to help you with charging your devices. So let's take a closer look at the unit itself. This is got like a plastic casing on it. It's got a nice handle that just kind of lifts up so that you can easily carry this, store it where it needs to go. And then this thing weighs just over 16 pounds. So it is, fairly light to pick up and then move around if you're wondering about sizing. So we're looking at roughly about 10 inches by 7 inches by 6 inches. It is basically very comparable to the size of a car battery. I mean, that's basically what you've got here is a big battery, nicely cased up. And then you have all these different ports for using, charging up different devices that you're going to be using. So we've got our AC outlets. As you can see here, we have our USB outlets. We've got these 5 volt, 2.4 amps, and we've got what looks to be a quick charging 18 watt, and then we've got a USB-C port on here for charging. We do have a DC, so like that car charger type port that you can come out. There is only one of these. There are 2 of the AC, the regular outlets that you would plug in regular different types of tools, devices. You can even plug in like laptop computers to these different outlets. Those are all going to be on the front. There's also this power input area right here. So I was telling you earlier how you get that power supply, either with that included power supply, the car charger, or even a solar charger, which there aren't any solar cables included with this, and there's no solar charger, but you've got those options to be able to just start charging this unit. So I can plug this in, and just by plugging it in, we get this nice LCD readout here. It's going to show you everything from what amount of time you have left of usage, what the total battery storage is. So right now this thing is charged up at 65%. Output as far as watts that you're pulling from whatever you're pulling power from, and then the current input. So right now this thing is charging 91 watts, and it's even indicating here that it's charging with this flashing charger indicator. So we can start powering on different pieces of this unit. If I was going to use, say, these USB outlets, I can go ahead and just hold that button in. It's going to light up, and then I can go ahead and plug in different cables, and we're going to do that here momentarily. Same thing if I was going to use these AC outlets, I can just hold that button in. It's going to light up, and now I would have power flowing to these outlets as well. You can do the same thing for this DC port here, this DC 12 volt port. Now, in addition to that, this also has lights. So these 2 white bars that you see on the side actually light up. I'm going to just unplug this temporarily, and kind of bright just to warn you here, but like if I hold this in, that's going to bring on the lights, and there are 5 different light modes that you can use. So if you are going to have this thing out at night, maybe you're working, this is also a nice light to brighten up whatever workspace you're going to be in. This is the brighter light mode. You've got a flashing mode, so say you're out and about, you have car trouble, you can put on the flashers. There's a different flash mode, or there's a fading on, and then it kind of fades back down to a dim, and then it just keeps repeating that. So those are the different light functions. There's 5 different functions that you can use with that. I also did want to mention on the bottom, it does have some rubber feet to keep it from sliding around. And then if you look at the sides of the unit, there's vents just to kind of vent the battery as you are using it. And then you can see a better view of the side of the handle. And then let's just show you the top here. Very clean and a very flat surface. So if you are charging different devices like a phone or something, you can just set those right on the top of this flat surface. And real quick, as we do in all the videos on this channel, we've hidden Tinker. Tinker is our little hidden robot, and he briefly pops up in all the videos on this channel, including this video. So keep your eyes open for Tinker popping up somewhere during this video. And if you are the first person to spot Tinker, take note of the timestamp or the amount of time into this video that you spotted Tinker popping up, and then be the first person to let me know that down in the comments section below, along with your best comment. And if you are that first person, we will put your name on our Tinker Forward Hall of Fame page, as well as give you a shout out in a future video, just like Donnie R and Countryman99, recent viewers on this channel that have found Tinker in some of our recent videos. So let me show you some examples of charging. So I've got a USB-C cable plugged into the unit right now, and then I've got my cell phone. Now if I just plug my cell phone in, it's not going to do anything until you actually power on those USB cables. That's also going to fire up this LCD screen. And then I can see on my phone right up top that it is charging and battery's at 83%. And if I go into the battery on my phone, I can see here that it is charging rapidly. So I've got about 30 minutes until my phone is fully charged. So I've got a USB to a USB-C cable, and I'm going to use that from this left port here, this 5-volt, to charge my phone. And you'll notice here as far as charging, so this is not a rapid charge, this would just be a normal charge. And it is now charging my phone. So right now we're getting about 10 watts, 9 watts of output to charge up my phone. And over here, it's going to adjust as the wattage adjusts, but you can see here we've got about 42 hours left before this battery is depleted. So I could, theoretically keep charging my cell phone for like 42 hours here before this battery runs out of juice. So I've plugged in a few more devices. We've got 2 Nintendo Switches and my cell phone plugged in, and I just want to update you so you can see the output now is about 32 watts. So you can charge up multiple devices. If maybe you've got kids like we do that love to play video games, you can be charging all those different units up at the same time using all those different USB ports, and then it'll also gauge how much the output is and then how many hours you have left. So at this point, I've used up all the different ports that are on the front of this power station. I'm charging up those 2 Nintendo Switches, my cell phone. Now I've plugged in a LED floodlight, as well as I've got my LG laptop computer, and I've even got my Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, all charging using all the different ports on this device. So by looking at the readout on the unit, I can see that it's roughly pulling about 125 watts, and it's telling me here that I can keep charging all these devices for about another 2.5 hours before I am going to run out of power on this power station. And that's pretty good because you can charge all these different small electronics easily and quickly using this unit. And if you're finding this video interesting, if you're getting some value out of it, it does take a while to make these videos. Take a second right now, smash that like button. It helps out this video as well as this channel. So let me show you an example. I've turned my minivan on, and I've got the car adapter plugged into the cigarette lighter. You can see here that by plugging that in, that is now starting to charge the unit. Does this also have pass-through power? Can I be charging this unit and run some sort of a tool at the same time? Let me turn on the AC by holding down the button, This is currently charging, and it says charging by that flashing charger. I can also still pull power. You can see 220 watts running from this unit while it is charging, so it does have the pass-through power as well. So I have the Luby portable power station hooked up to our sump pump. I'm curious if our power goes out, if I could use this as a backup power source. I'm gonna simulate running our sump pump. Let's see if this kicks in. It does look like it is doing its thing. So I don't know if you can see that it's outputting it was about 600 watts, and it was able to drain it. Now you'll see there that it was saying how much time was left. Now we're just outputting the 8 watts again, but it was up there at like that 300, 400 wattage to output. So you could use this as a backup source for something like if you did lose power, to at least be able to run your sump pump, not continuously, but just every so often to keep draining your crock for the sub pump. This is a great power source. So on our back patio, we've got some of these LED string lights, and you can see that I've just got them strung here, but I am powering all of these guys. I've currently got them plugged in to this unit. So if you're looking for, maybe you've got some of these string lights and you're going out to a campsite, job site, something portable. I mean, they're only sucking 32 watts of power, but at 62% battery, I could run these for 9.7 hours. You could essentially run these all night long, you know, probably for at least 2 nights if you were gonna have these lights on all night long, or if you were gonna have them on for like 4 or 5 hours. You can get a couple of days worth of usage to light up your, say, campground area just by fully charging up this battery. So let me give you a couple of other examples of different like power tools you could use with this. Now, I wouldn't say that this would be a continuous use of all this stuff, but like I've got some hedge trimmers here as an example. I've got this plugged in, and as you can see, it's running just fine. Let me show you the output. So you'll see that it has an initial output when I start it up. Kicks up somewhere around that 200 watts of output. So you can see that you can get anywhere from a couple of hours of use using something like this initially, and then once it goes to more of a consistent power source, you get a couple more hours worth of time out of it. So this is a corded power drill, but I just want to show you here as well. I'm pulling almost 200 watts, and I can still get about an hour and a half's worth of time out of using this. And this is at a 62% battery right now. Something else that's convenient is if you have any of these battery tools, like Milwaukee has their battery powered drills, things like their sawzalls, where you're using something like these M18 or these M12 batteries, I can charge these batteries up and then use these battery operated tools. And then to recharge those batteries, I've got the charger plugged into this power station right now. It's pulling 8 watts of output power. My battery here is at 61%. I can keep recharging up these tool batteries using the power that's reserved in this portable power station. That allows me to work remotely. So I was curious to see what this guy's gonna do. I've got a Greenworks leaf blower, and this should be pretty close to that 700 watt output. I know it's got 1,000 watt peak power. Let's see what happens when I turn it on. So it was pulling right at that 700 watts of power, and I don't know if you saw, but this went down to about like 25 minutes or so. So you have something that powerful, you know, we're still at 60% of this battery. So you could probably run something like this for almost an hour on this unit. Now I will say, in my testing, I ran this guy again and it did error out saying that the load was too much. But I tried this now a couple of times, and 2 out of the 3 times I tried it, it did not error out. It was able to run this right around that 700 watts of power to consistently just keep using the leaf blower. So you do have options with more powerful equipment like that as well using this unit. So I'm interested to know your thoughts about the Luby portable power station. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments section below. And if you are interested in checking out other cool tech and gadgets, I've done a whole bunch of different reviews on this channel, and there will be a playlist popping up at the end of this video that you definitely do not want to miss, as well as more links to specific cool gadgets like security cameras, home and auto lighting gadgets, and all sorts of stuff like that, linked down in the video description below. My name is Jeff. This is Tinker Ford. I do videos like this every single week on this channel. Love doing them, and I love the fact that you're hanging out with me as well. So I hope this video was helpful. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell, and you won't miss any of my future videos. So I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, be sure to make every day awesome. I will see you in the next video.